In this episode of Tales from Retail, we're reading 3 stories I can't believe happened. Mom blows up over $9 and my customer service. Blackout doesn't matter, just take my money. And finally, how to use an angry customer to your advantage. If this is your first time, my name is Spicy and I cover the craziest and the funniest retail stories. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe. If you like retail stories, check out my playlist in the description. Congratulations that one girl for the comment of the day. She was definitely wrong and I am still sad that a grown adult will do this to a teenager. But now, let's find some more Karens. Mom blows up over $9 and my customer service. This is my first time posting on this subreddit, so I am going to try and keep this as vague as possible in case this lady finds this post and tries to get me fired for a second time. This literally just happened a couple of hours ago, so I'm trying to remember it as well as possible. I work in a 2-floor department store as a cashier and I just came back from a leave of absence and today was my first shift back. That's fine. Getting into the groove of things can be tough, but I managed until the last hour of my shift. Since I just came back, I am no longer used to my customer service persona, as I assume most people who work in retail have one, so I stumbled a bit but got the gist of it. Which is fine if I'm not completely in it though. I am a pretty polite person anyway, and most of the guests that come through my checkout are nice and we get along. I've never had a customer complain about me. Ever. So this mom and her daughters come up to my register and I scan her one item and the screen reads asking how much it is, which is fine, it happens. Sometimes items get missed. I ask the woman if she remembered the price, and this is a customary question because if she remembered that, then I will not need to do anything else. Sorry, I am poor and I have to look at the prices of things and remember them. We live in a different world, Karen. Before I can even do anything, she is asking her daughter to get another one and I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. Some guests prefer to just get another one of their items if this happens instead of asking a team member since they know exactly where it is and it won't take as long. Also, this item is in the area right next to registers. I turn back to the mom and she remarks, "Great customer service." And I stop in my head, I'm like, what? You just ask your daughter to go. This is when I start getting confused, as I wasn't sure why they were being rude because what was happening was normal. At this point, it is obvious if I say now that I could ask someone else who has one of the devices than me able to look up the prices. She would freak out and say I sent her on a wild goose chase when the area is right there and she was already on her way. Her and her older daughter go on and on about the customer service and I am appalled. I will never in my life say things like that about a person I am standing right in front of. I am also still so confused about why she's angry so quickly and especially over one cheap item. I think, looking back at it now, I was so confused because originally she behaved so calmly while making vague, mean statements, so I did not know she would blow up. In my confused state, I make a mistake because I think she's chilled and bring up the devices and she goes off, saying that, "So you could have asked someone over there to look up the price instead of sending my daughter across the store." First of all, that's not what happened. You sent your daughter to get another item and this is a thing that happens a lot. Second of all, you sent your daughter before I could even bring up other options, so I thought you will be okay with it. Third of all, the section she was going to was right next to us, not even close to being across the store. The older daughter comes back and the item rings up as $9. The mom takes the original item from me as I am about to bag it and says, "I'm gonna talk to someone, see what the manager thinks." She said my name with such a hard pronunciation, as you can imagine. Before she leaves, I try to get her to stop so we can all calm down because obviously this was a miscommunication. Though I am wondering if she just didn't like me from the get-go. I am a woman with a buzz cut and these 3 women were very obviously on the other end of things and dressed very feminine. And someone earlier in the day had made a comment that left me uneasy, so that's what made me think about it. I start by saying, wait, hold on, and put up my hand and she shushes me. At this point I am shaking, not because they're gonna go get the manager, but because I don't like confrontation. I know this mom thinks I'm the root of all evil now, but I'm not confrontational and I am a pretty polite person. even though I have a resting mean face. What's even worse while this situation is happening is that her daughters are agreeing with her that my customer service is bad and are also saying it in front of me. So then I watched the mom from afar rant to my supervisor. I am still shaking as I check out other guests, and another guest complains about the woman screaming about the register, and I explain to her what happened and she rolls her eyes and says, "She needs to chill. You're cute, hon." Later, my supervisor comes up to me and says that it's not a big deal what happened because she could tell she looked crazy. I was nowhere near being reprimanded or fired like this lady so obviously wanted because no one has ever complained about me. I can't imagine being such a rude person that you try to get someone to lose their job and income because your daughter walked somewhere for a $9 item. So if she comes in another time, I will literally put on my biggest smile so she knows I am still here and one of the better employees. Yeah, why would you get mad at someone else for something you did? You told your daughter to get another item. You took that decision yourself. Yes, there was a problem and you solved it yourself. Congratulations. So why are you putting the responsibility on someone else? Alright, you're a miserable human being and you can't take responsibility for what you do. You are a level 60 Karen because obviously you don't know the word responsibility and you're entitled. Shame on you. Blackout? Doesn't matter, just take my money. I used to work in a toy store. It was sometime in June a couple of years ago, right when it started to get hot, that we had a blackout that was block wide. We followed procedure and made sure that everyone safely left our store and no one else had any problems. Until a new customer came up to the door about 10 minutes after everyone was out and started banging on the glass, demanding that we come talk to him. Myself and two managers came to the door and he said ask what happened and why we're not open. After explaining, he was mad that he was inconvenienced at all, but it got worse when he mentioned he put a train set on hold. In my mind, I was just going, oh no, because I had taken a call in customer service earlier from this mean dude that was asking for a giant Thomas train set that we did not have. He started asking me for specifics for about 3 other sets, like he was okay with something else. Then he got mad again when he asked if we had the set he wanted and I said we don't. Again, this went on for 20 minutes, not counting the whole time to go look for the set on the floor like he demanded. I already knew this guy was a nightmare, but here's the conversation he had with my manager. Well, I want my train set. Sir, I can't tell you the set with our system down. Just give me the set, it's not hard. Sorry sir, but we can't. We can't keep it on hold for you until our systems come back if you like. I need this for my nephew's birthday tonight in this city. FYI, it's already 3 p.m. and the city is like a 6-hour drive with rush hour traffic from where we were. Sir, I can't do anything about it. Here, just take my cash and keep the change. He fumbles with his wallet because he's so mad. Sir, we can't do anything. At this point, I had been standing there, silent, the entire time, but tried to make a helpful suggestion. Sometimes customers are happy to hear a suggestion from a different employee. Well, we can't sell it to you, but I'd be more than happy to personally call another store that's on your way there and put it on hold so you can buy it from them. This was apparently the worst thing I could have suggested. Like, how dare I suggest going out on my way to help you, even after you've been nothing but rude to myself and my manager. No, I want what I put on the hold and I want it now. Sir, again, we cannot just take your cash. We will be in a lot of trouble, but we have no problem calling another store. He makes a weirdly angry gasping noise. You know what? I hate you all. You're all useless. I can't believe this. He walked away screaming profanities, arms up in the air for emphasis on how mad he was, all the way to his car, which was like 20 cars down the road, past all the shocked people who decided to wait patiently outside. The best part is that the store closest to the city that was on his way had 4 of them. How to use an angry customer to your advantage. Let's get some context out of the way. I work in a store that sells electronic parts and lighting. but we also do cell phone repair. The owners of our franchise are known for wanting to squeeze as much money out of people as possible. 2 days ago, I was giving a lecture by the owner about how I should accept phones to repair even if I know 100% I am not going to be able to start on them before close. I am pissed because I am left alone for the last 4 hours of the day and I have to get up to answer every phone call and to help every person who walks in the door. So it is hard to get the corporate optimal completion time anyways. Today comes around. The last person leaves a bit after 4. I am supposed to close at 8. I have someone come in for a repair appointment at 5. Customers can make their own appointments, so we don't have employees trying to figure out what's feasible with everyone. Start on her phone. 5:30 rolls around and walks in Karen. Now, I am the type to get pretty sassy when I think someone is being unreasonable. She walks in and announces her appointment. I say, okay, I should be done with the other phone by 6:15 at the latest unless something comes up so I can start on yours then. I can see the spark of indignation light up in her eyes. What's the point of an appointment if you won't start on it right away? She snaps. Well, ma'am, it helps reserve the parts for you, but the other phone had an appointment as well. Well, I said I was going to be here at 5:30, and you're seriously going to make me wait that long? Now, my sassy mode is activated. I have had a bad week, so I gave not even the flyest F I should have. Ma'am, I will be more than willing to start on your phone right now. However, we do have an appointment coming in at 6, so you will have to agree to have me stop work on your phone to start theirs instead. I guess that kind of made her realize that her request was a little ridiculous. I check in her phone and she doesn't speak outside of answering my yes or no questions, and then she leaves. I don't want to take the phone at 6 in, but I do because I was just reprimanded. That bit is not as relevant as this though. I had some people come in needing specialty light bulbs and it took me about 25 minutes to finish helping them. So Karen arrives at 6:15 and I tell her I'm just finishing on the first phone and will soon work on hers. She blows up about how she lives 40 minutes away and how this apparently had happened yesterday as well. I am about to be sassy again when it hits me. I can use this power for my own benefit. I look her in the eye and say, ma'am, I personally agree that this was ridiculous. Unfortunately, I just got in trouble the other day for turning away phones I didn't think I'd be able to finish. The owner has declined having another staff member here to assist me, which makes me unable to meet our corporate expectations for phone turnaround time. I would have preferred for you to have a fixed phone right now, and that may have been the case if I had help. But I don't. I was not really expecting for the reasoning to process fully for her and was prepared for more anger. But then, oh, I see. So your hands are sort of tied. Yes, ma'am, they are. However, I believe that giving feedback on these sort of things happening is the best way to get things changed. Is there someone I can email to complain? Guys, I went so out of my way to give her every avenue to file a complaint. Stuff like, oh, corporate actually looks at online reviews for Yelp and Google, to writing down several email addresses and phone numbers for the higher ups. It's not me fusing over the fact we are breaking corporate policy with our own. It's a customer after all. I have no idea what will come of it, as this only happened a few hours ago. But it turns out that unleashing a Karen on people giving you a hard time is the best feeling ever. Hey, did you like this Tales from Retail video? If you did, check out my playlist right here for retail stories. I bet you will like it. These videos take me a lot of effort to make, so if you can show me some support by liking and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also hit the bell button to know exactly when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching episode 8 of Tales from Retail. See ya!